Hi everyone, today let's talk about earnings. And of course we have some charts to go over. And of course we'll go over my daily progress since my last video. If you like trading stocks and options and making money, definitely like and subscribe. I'm trying to do this video a little bit more often, so I'd definitely appreciate the support if this is of value to you. Otherwise hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future content. Welcome to the Portfolio Bulletin. Let's get started. So Bank of America earnings came out and they crushed it. They exceeded expectations by quite a large margin. They can say that was due to fixed income trading, as well as good interest trading and good bond trading. You can see they made 81 cents versus 71 cents they expected, with revenue at $24.61 billion, which was a few hundred million more than expected. Shares rose by 6.1%. And really why this matters is because earnings were expected to be going down with lowering guidance. And that's kind of what the market was pricing in, is that we were going to see lowering revenues, lowering profits, and lower future guidance. But with some of these early earnings reports, we're starting to see that this is probably going to be a pretty decent earnings season, and we could see a bounce in a lot of these stocks because they weren't pricing in a good earnings season. We were already adjusting for the risk, and right now we're seeing good earnings across the board. You can see net earnings here jumped 24% to $13.87 billion, topping estimates of $13.6 billion. So on the top and bottom line, they did better than expected, and they say fixed income trading revenues surged 27% from a year ago to $2.6 billion versus the $2.24 billion expected. And then they mention here JP Morgan and Wells Fargo also topped estimates, while Citigroup and Morgan Stanley had some choppy misses. So overall, things are still looking better than expected, even if there were a few misses. Moving over to the charts here, I'm going to stick to the lower time frames on the 1 hour. Since I'm trying to do this video more frequently, that's going to be the more relevant time period here. If you want to see the bigger time frames, definitely go back to that weekly video. But here, this looks really strong. So we finished right at the highs. We got the support. We didn't break down in any way, didn't retest. And we are closing in on those gaps that we had previously here on 4 October. In my opinion, this looks very bullish, and I'm expecting further bullish price action here on SPY. Moving over to the NASDAQ here, this looks significantly less bullish. We're still below that 144 EMA. If I zoom out here and you look at those downtrend lines, we're still pretty well within that. Although the structure is pretty similar, big up day, still holding at the highs. Just doesn't quite look as strong. I will say it's not overbought yet here on the shorter time frame, and momentum did swing up. There's still heavier resistance here above on the NASDAQ. Moving over to IWM quickly. You can see very bullish, well above all of the EMAs on the shorter time frame. Don't expect any resistance until around 177. We do have this previous choppy price action here, but we're above the gap that we had previously on 4 October, and I expect 177 to be the next real level of resistance here on the Russell 2000. Moving over to LULU, one I've been talking about for quite a while, still in that solid bullish structure here. And it did basically what I said it was going to do on Friday, popped right into that $300 range. Did get a little bit of resistance here, but as long as we hold that 9 EMA, we can break through this resistance on the short time frame. We get a break of that 300 level. The next level of resistance is going to be 315 to 325 in terms of that zone. So definitely a lot of upside potential still here in Lululemon. Looking at Bank of America, the one that started it here today, I did do the bigger time frame just because I don't talk about Bank of America very much. You can see still in a strong downtrend, still plenty of resistance here. But again, you can see some divergence here. Higher low here on the RSI with a lower low in price action. So you could have expected some upward movement here. Let's jump down to that lower time frame. Very strong over the last couple of days. Broke through that resistance line, it looks like here on the shorter time frame. And you can expect some decent upside here. Zooming out, I don't expect resistance until we get at least a couple points higher. More realistically, I would expect 3650 to be the next level of stronger resistance. So very strong bullish price action driving the markets here with financials doing well early in the earnings season. Next up, we got CHWY here on the daily time frame. I don't talk about this one very often either, but it had a huge up day, over 10%. And you can see we are already in that bullish structure on the daily chart. Jumping down to the 1 hour chart, you can see huge up move from $32, almost $33 up to $36.50. So more than 10% in that move in just one day. So we had a big down move on the previous day and then the big up move recouping all of that. And this to me looks like strong bullish momentum. Got that full reversal of the previous red day and we don't have resistance for another maybe 10% higher. And then we have those previous lows at $38. So definitely some room for upside here on CHWY. Also on the list today, we have Snowflake with a really big up day going from about $150 per share all the way up to $168. Had a small bullish run here, got above that 144 EMA, came back and retested and rallied slightly. And then we got that big breakthrough. So this could be a retest of that area. Definitely would wait to see if we get a nice clean break and maybe a retest and a continuation. But if we do get rejection off here, that will be very bearish for Snowflake. But otherwise, big bullish momentum on the day along with the rest of the market. So pay attention, see if we get that clean break here. Otherwise, could be a retest and a continuation down. Moving over to the last stock of this episode, we got Trade Desk here on the daily chart. Huge rally all the way from $43 up to $76. Came back and retested that $48 price range. And now seems like we're getting a nice little pop off of support. So we had a smaller trend line that is getting a retest and a continuation all the way back up to $54 already, and it seems like this is going to continue. We have that big bullish structure that we had previously for many years. We broke out of that lowest level, testing the lows here at $40 all the way down from $112, but definitely looks like some pretty strong bullish price action here. Could be a solid bottom, maybe a double bottom potentially, but otherwise to me, Trade Desk seems like a bargain, and this looks like a pretty clean reversal. Lastly here we have the VIX. And we'll finish up the episode with this chart. You can see we had that rejection off resistance, kind of in that support range. We tested that level. Now, if this breaks down here tomorrow, we should expect a pretty strong rally. And there's quite a bit of downside here before we find any support in the VIX, which again, to me means that this rally is going to have some legs. And I'm expecting a pretty solid couple of days of bullish price action. Could be something like we saw in August. Could be that strong. Maybe we're seeing something like this kind of downward movement where we had the bottom and a nice little rally down here in the VIX, meaning an up move for stocks. Moving over to my current accounts, you can see I had a big green day here, up a little bit over $1,000, recouping some of those losses. Made $50 in my IRA on that put spread that I sold on Friday. Sold another put spread here to buy the stock at $170, so $7 of spread there, $163 to $170. And then I also sold a covered call. So I have my 100 shares here and my covered call at $172. That expires on Wednesday for $2.22. So as long as we close above $172, that's effectively selling the stock at $174.22. And I would be pretty happy with that profit over just 2 days. And then looking at my individual account and the Qs, see big green day here. Closed out that position of the covered calls that I sold on Friday. Then I sold a new covered call, 168 on Wednesday with that 100 shares here for $3.83. And then I sold 2 additional puts here. So one at $264 and one at $267, just to try to buy the stock at a little bit cheaper and collect a little bit bigger credit here. Total of $3.30 in credit here. And between the two, a little bit over $600, which is generally what I try to collect every 2 to 3 days on that Monday, Wednesday, Friday expiration. So pretty well positioned for Wednesday. Still have a little bit of money left on the table if I do want to get another position. But this is where I'm at right now. Still very bullish across all of the markets. Definitely comment down below if you like this style of video. I'm going to try to do it more often. I'm not sure that I can do it every single day, but if you like it, definitely comment down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Of course, none of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. Good luck in your trading, and have a great day.